If you've got excess fat around your stomach and love handles that you want to get rid of, but you're also feeling like you're too skinny, should you focus on losing fat or building muscle? Now, if you're young and new to lifting, the answer is easy. Focus on building muscle and really take advantage of those newbie gains. But if you've been lifting for at least 5 years, and especially if you've been lifting for more than 10 years, the answer becomes a lot more difficult. And it's an answer that I can't give you. But as a coach, I can ask you the right questions to help you look within and really come up with a solution that's truly going to serve you best. Let's go over 3 examples of some conversations I've had with coaching clients recently who are facing this very challenge. Uh, Client number one signed up with me a month ago and came to me with this dilemma here. He had been going through a fat loss phase, still wanted to get leaner, but feeling like he was looking skinny and really wanted to gain muscle, hoping that I would tell him what to do. But instead, I asked him these questions. Number one is, how do you feel physically? Like, with the amount of body fat that you're carrying around right now, are you able to move well, perform well in the gym, activities that you're doing, just everyday life? How do you feel that you're moving around? Are you comfortable with that? Or do you find that the amount of body fat that you're carrying right now is kind of slowing you down or holding you back? Next is, how do you feel emotionally about how you look, your physical appearance at this level of body fat, this level of leanness right there? Knowing that muscle building is a very slow process, even slower, sometimes painfully slower, the longer you've been lifting, especially if you've been lifting for more than 10 years. So are you comfortable with how you look? Like, you're able to, like, you're good. Like, you want to get leaner, but you're like, you know what, I'm okay with this for a while now, knowing that if we're focusing on building muscle, it's going to like take a while to gain the amount of muscle that's going to allow you to not feel quite so skinny anymore. So it's going to be a while that you're holding this level of leanness, and likely you're going to gain a little bit of fat throughout that process as well. Are you okay with that? Or do you feel it's best that maybe you're not moving around quite as well? Maybe you're a little bit uncomfortable with your appearance. You're okay, you prefer to get leaner so you can move better, look leaner, like experience more details on your physique, but knowing that you're going to look skinnier, but then at least you're going to have those details when we focus on building muscle afterwards, building yourself up. At least you'll be lean and be happy with your level of body fat percentage, knowing that it's still going to take a long time, that you're going to be looking pretty skinny while you're building your muscle there. So it's a dilemma. It's something that I can't answer those questions for you. You got to think, like, what's best? Am I comfortable at this level of leanness? Am I moving around well? And knowing that I'm going to be at this stage for a while as I'm building muscle, or do I just go through a short little fat loss phase, get leaner, and then build from there? Knowing I'm going to be pretty skinny, even skinnier than I am right now, but building up from there. His decision was, let's focus on building. So that was awesome. It was a decision that he made on his own. I loved it. It was great. A little back and forth, but really weighed the pros and cons. Another coaching client who I've been working with for a couple of years now, we've gone through multiple muscle building and fat loss phases, and he was getting near the end of a cutting phase, really was so close to getting like visible abs, was experiencing a lot of detail around the rest of his body, so close. Wanted to get leaner to see those abs, but he's like, I just can't take, I don't like how skinny I look here. Let's stop at this point and let's focus on building again. So it's been a fun process. He's kind of learned through each time he's gone through a muscle building and each time he's gone through a fat loss phase where he kind of looks his best and feels his best. So he made his decision based on his own personal past experiences, as well as how he was feeling himself, both physically how he is feeling as well as emotionally how he is feeling. Another client, been working with me for a few months now. He's lost 25, almost 26 pounds at this point. Asked me this morning, this is the reason why I'm recording this video right now. He's like, how much more do you think I have to lose in order to get rid of my love handles here? I'm starting to feel like I'm looking a little bit too skinny. And it's, again, with him, it's a lot of it is performance based. He does mixed martial arts, and he's noticed, like, as he's been leaning out, losing these 25 pounds, he's moving a lot better in his athletics there, which is freaking awesome. getting a little bit leaner, you're probably going to be able to move a little bit better even more. So I'm like, how do you feel like your performance will continue to improve if you get a little bit leaner here? And he's like, well, how much more weight do you think I need to lose? I'm like, I can't tell you honestly. That's a difficult question to answer. Everyone loses fat a little bit differently. He was thinking it was only a few pounds, but my best guess would be like most people, you have to lose more than you realize in order to achieve the level of leanness that you desire. My guess is 10 to 15 pounds in order to kind of get to that level of leanness that he's going for. But I'm like, don't worry about that. Let's just take it day by day, week by week. Go how you're feeling. Like if you're starting to feel like, you know what, I am looking too skinny, I'm not happy with this, I'm not performing any better, let's just focus on building muscle. I got to learn to live with carrying around a little bit of excess fat around my love handles there. I love to see them go, but it's not worth it to get leaner. It's not worth it to burn those off in order to kind of sacrifice me looking skinnier and not performing as well. So his decision was like, let's keep going week by week here, and we'll make our decisions as we're going along. We're not going to commit to getting to a certain level of leanness or a certain body weight. We're going to commit to the process, and then when I finally get to the point where I'm happy with where I'm at, then we'll build from there. There's so many factors that go into play because we tend to look at our weak links. Like you want to, if you're carrying around the last little bit of fat on the love handles, you want those to go, but then you're looking, like for myself personally, I'm performance based right now. Everything I'm doing is I'm in a mini cut right now because I want to move better. I'm already noticing just losing 2 pounds, I am moving better in my athletics. A lot of the calisthenic movements, I was just out there doing today, recorded a bunch of different handstand stuff, moving so much better, just dropping 2 pounds, maybe drop 2 more at this point. It's to move better, but I don't like how I look crazy freaking vascular. It's like too vascular, and being bald, the head veins and everything, I find it kind of gross, and my face looks super lean. So I do find like some guys, they're like, yeah, I want to get the ripped abs. I'm so close, but I don't look like my face looks too gaunt. I'm like, well, that's a sign that you're probably never going to have ripped abs if that's going to be the limiting factor, because your face isn't going to change. You're always at this level of leanness. To see the abs, your face is always going to be this lean. So there's always going to be a trade-off. And for some guys with this decision, genetics plays a huge factor. Like you could say, like, I want to focus on building muscle, but if you've been weight training for a very long time and you've got naturally like not the best genetics for building muscle, like you may never ever get to that point where you're like happy with your level of leanness. You may always think you look too skinny just because it's not in your genetic cards. It sucks. It's a harsh reality that we have to deal with, which is why I like to focus more on performance and feeling my best, doing those things that are going to get me there, rather solely on aesthetics, because yeah, for a lot of us, it leads to a lot of disappointment. We may never look the way we want to look. There's always going to be aspects of our body that are kind of lagging behind a little bit, and it can be a mindfuck for a lot of us. So difficult decisions that you have to weigh. It's not an easy decision to make if you've been lifting for a long time. So it's really weighing those pros and cons. Are you comfortable with the level of leanness that you're carrying right now, the level of body fat that you're carrying physically and emotionally? Where will you feel better? Where will you perform better? Those are the things that you really need to ask yourself and really evaluate the whole situation. And if you have a vision in your head that might not be attainable, are you okay with that as well? Really, it's a lot of mental health that can go into this too. It's why you see a lot of guys turn to start off with TRT and then steroids and take other drugs, and still, even these guys that get so big, it's never big enough for them. So try to focus more on feeling your best, living your best, performing your best, but do make the decision that's going to serve you best. I can't give you that answer. I'm not in your body. I don't feel the way, I don't know exactly how you feel. So, unfortunately, the answer is going to come down to you, but you got to ask these important questions to yourself in order to come to that solution. I'd love to hear if you can relate to this topic at all, if it's a challenge that you're going through yourself, if you have come up with a solution that works best for you. We're all different. And again, there's some of us who want abs, but it's just even being that lean, we just don't feel our best being that lean. And there's others like myself being really lean. That's when I move my best and perform my best. It's just natural for me. I gain a little bit more, a little bit of excess body fat, it really slows me down. So I'm very sensitive to those little adjustments there. So I use that feedback diligently and really apply it to my everyday life to make sure that I'm always feeling my best and performing my best.